What up, bitches?
Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy, Mr. Mikey V. And as always, Revelation Rob back in the
What
house.
up? What up? What's going on, Mikey V?
Ah, so much. So much is going on. So much is going on in the world today. So much is going on in my household today. So let's just get to it, man. I've been
Yeah,
stressing over working, dude. This is what it is.
me
Like,
too, brother. Like I've been depressed lately because work, man. When you got to work 50 hours a week or 40 hours a week, and then most of your money go to bills, like it gets depressing. It's like you're stuck on this routine, and you just have time to do nothing. And I spend basically like 14 hours a day dedicated to work, and I'm sick of this shit.
have we ever heard any of our grandparents bitch about it like the way we do? Do we seem like little bitches because we're here at like 40 years old talking about like, oh, work and I just want to, I'm spending the rest of my life working and all this,
Well,
I don't ever remember my grandfather like saying,
that's because, bro, the,
he
the
didn't want to
money,
work.
the money was worth more back then than what it is today, with all the inflation and everything. So back then you didn't have to work as much to
Well, no, they
you
still
weren't
work
paying
the
out.
same
Well,
40 hours
yeah, but they
a week.
weren't it's like their money went longer, you know what I'm saying? Like it didn't cost as much to get,
Like a
food
home.
or whatever. Yeah, or like to buy a home. Nowadays with the inflation and everything, shit's outrageous, bro. And it's like it's squeezing society, is squeezing the people slowly but surely. Like it's just squeezing inch by inch, week by week, year by year, month by month. It's squeezing the life out of people. And that's why I want to say people aren't really flipping out at this point yet, because for one, they got us on all type of chemicals and drugs and shit, that what they're putting in the water and the foods to keep us down, to keep us like, that there's what is that, Prozac and shit or something in the water, like for bipolar people or shit. Like it's been found in the tap
Uh,
water, in the
and
drinking water.
Prozac? I know of
Like,
fluoride.
well,
Like,
fluoride and other drugs, yes, like Ritalin, Prozac. Like it's been found in New York, Philly water, um, a bunch of water. Like it's like medications and shit they're putting in us to keep us from uprising, really. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, people are stressed the fuck out, man. People are miserable. People are tired of going to work. Like I said, I gotta be to work at 7. So I'm waking up at 5:30 so I can get ready, and actually, it sucks to just have to wake up and boom, get in your vehicle and have to drive off somewhere to work. You want to get time to get up, maybe even take a shower so you can wake the hell up. So I get
right.
up at 5:30 every day. And then, I have to drive to work, and then I don't get off till late. So especially in the wintertime, when they do the daylight saving shit, it's like I'm going to work when it's dark, I'm getting off when it's dark, and that's fucking depressing. You know
That
what I'm
is
saying?
depressing,
It's
man.
insane.
That is
It's
depressing.
it's insane. Like, and then, with everything going up, you can't afford this, the gas, the food. It's like you're working, you're not getting any raises or anything, and your money, you're just having to spend more money. And then every angle that you look at, somebody's asking for money, or you owe this, you owe taxes on this, and I mean, and people get, they eventually people are going to snap, man.
Hmm. Yeah.
Eventually, you know.
I think about it because I'm like, man, I don't remember like our grandparents talking like this and what was different. And I know that the value of money was different. You could get more out of life for less. Um, so that might have something to do with it. But dude, I'm just
Well, see, you got to think,
like
back in the day, it only took one person to go out and work, and while the woman stayed home and raised the family and prepared the food, and you know what I'm saying? Like they'd
right,
had, I mean, the people back in the day were having 10, 12 kids. today you can't afford that. You can't afford to have freaking 10 kids. You know what I'm
No,
saying? Like back in the day. So the money went way further
way
when
further.
you earned it. You know what I'm saying? Because you could take care of huge families back then. You don't see those huge families today because people can't afford it unless
No,
it's like a single mom that got like 7 kids and she's probably on child support getting paid from the state or something. But
yeah, yeah.
it's
Man,
back then it's crazy.
yeah, man, because I'm just like, dude, I'm like waking up. I don't have no energy, and part of this could be partly because of my health issues, because I deal with my kidneys that are an issue right now, my diabetes. But uh, aside from that, though, like I just feel like such low energy. And then I think to myself, like, dude, I have to do this for like another 30, 40 years. Like I don't even
See, and
think
that's
I have it in me. Like,
that's another thing. It's like the retirement age used to be like 50 something, I think, or maybe 60s or something. Then it went up to like 62. And now I think it's up to like 67. By the time I even get up to there to 67, I'm only 41 right now. By the time I get up there, bro, it's gonna be up to 87. Like they want us to work until we die.
and then, in my profession, like there's not much in the way of like benefits, like in my profession, like I don't get like the only way I have insurance is through my wife's insurance. And uh I don't get any kind of like retirement fund. I don't have anything like that I'm currently a part of, you know what I mean, through my company. Like a lot of jobs are set up. Like I'm sure at your job, 'cause you work for like this, what is it, a transportation company or
Shipping company.
a shipping company. So like I'm sure they got like benefits in place, and like do they do stuff like, if you put into a 401k, or like do they match you type shit? Like,
I'm not really for sure because I never really they have the 401k option,
mm,
obviously, and they send that packet to me every year, but I personally don't get involved with it because I just have this strange feeling that by the time I get 67 and able to retire and use this 401k, I don't think the money's going to be right, or the way the system is now is not going to be what it's going to be then. So I don't
because
think
you
that
can
money.
take, if you have that, if you've been paying into something like
Yeah,
that,
you
can't
can
you,
take
like you
money
can
out of
take
it.
money out of it, right? Or loans
True,
from it
true.
or something?
True, but my thing is, this is my thing, right? I am offered insurance, which I think insurance is a big scam. You know what I'm saying? There should be free insurance for everybody, but insurance is a scam. So I don't get that taken out of my checks. I don't add the 401k. The only thing I do have is eye care.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Through my job, because I think the healthcare system is all just bullshit the way the way it's ran and operated. But I don't know, man. I don't know.
Because I
You
look
can
at
take
like I see
you
them in
can
my
take money out, which the 401k is good. You can take money out, but I'm at a time in life and where I've always been at before I even had the job that I have now. I've always had, you know, low paying jobs.
Mm.
So, this is really the best job I've kind of actually had in my whole life, and I make decent amount of money now, but I'm the one that never wanted to pay all this in. You're already getting taxes taken out of your check, and then you got to sit here and pay for this damn health insurance, and you can
Yeah.
go years without anything happening to you. So it's just like car insurance. You go months and years without anything
Or
happening to you.
there's
But
people like me who have to go and see specialists every single month, and multiple specialists. You know what I mean?
so yeah, and you would definitely need your health care, and that's taking money out of your check every month. So it's like basically, bro. And then by the time you pay bills and shit, man, you ain't got nothing left. You're not doing nothing. Like you can't even
Yeah.
afford to buy anything because everything's going to rent,
Nothing.
food, and healthcare.
Yeah, literally.
And gas.
I think we pay, I think it's like 200, and I think it's like $240 a week for my healthcare. and actually it's me and her together. We both are covered.
$240 a week?
Yes.
That's insane, bro. That's like a
Yeah,
thousand
well,
dollars a month.
I have to have the best healthcare. I mean, when I'm dealing with kidney issues, I have to have the best insurance that I
Hell
can
yeah.
because I got to be able to be able to get my kidney transplant paid for. You know, they've also talked about possibly doing a pancreatic transplant. So, like, if I do that, that's a double transplant. You know what I mean? So, like,
Mm.
that's some big numbers. Um, so like that's a lot, dude.
I mean, I get, yeah, dude, and that's what I'm saying. You got to pay all this in health insurance, and then on top of that, the skyrocketing prices of food, the gas, the rent. You know what
I
I'm
wake
saying?
up
The
every
mortgage out
morning.
here.
I wake up every morning thinking like, dude, I have to do this for another 30 years. Like, what the fuck? Like, this is it like it kills me
It
to
just
think.
it just sounds and feels like slavery to me, man. Like in a totally different way, not where you feel like you're just stuck in a cage behind the bars. That's not considered a slave. That's considered a prison. But we're having to work and be in places and be around people that we don't want to be all day, every day, just for this mighty dollar, so we can go give it right back to the IRS, to the, basically,
Mhm.
'cause you're getting taxed to when you make your check, you get taxed. So you got at least 200 coming out before you even see your check. And
Mhm.
then to cash your check, it costs money. And then everything you buy has a tax on it. So it's like really you're not getting
Do you
by the
not have a
time
bank
it's all,
account?
well, yeah, I'm just saying I do. I have a bank account, but some people don't,
A lot of people don't.
and
I didn't for the
exactly.
longest time.
Exactly. So they get charged. They're getting taxed, the
Four
taxes
dollars.
taxed, and
Four
then they get
dollars.
charged to cash the check, and then everything you buy has a tax on it.
Let's see. I could do the math right now, and I'm gonna tell you exactly how much money I lost by having my checks cashed. Um, because like I didn't okay, so just to kind of set up what happened was I honestly didn't understand a lot about taxes and the IRS and all that when I was younger. And I think what happened was is like I skipped um filing my taxes a few times and it eventually caught up with me around 2014, 15. And I was banking with Wells Fargo and I was working up in the oil field. So I was making pretty decent money at that time. And I think my checks were on average about $1,800 to $2,000 every 2 weeks. And I was getting my checks and I was, taking them to the bank and having them cashed and deposited, yada, yada, yada. Well, out of nowhere, I went into my account and my account was like depleted. Like somehow I'm missing like shit tons of money because like I was saving money at the time and I was over like a few $1,000 and somehow ended up with only $400 in my account. And I was like, what the fuck happened there? So then I got a letter from the IRS stating that they went into my bank account and garnished whatever they needed to take from the previous times that I didn't file or whatever. But like, mind you, I didn't understand what was happening with taxes and all that as a youngster because they didn't teach you this shit in school. So like,
True.
so I didn't understand none of it, you know what I mean? And I let that all happen. So then I became not I didn't trust the banks at all. So I'm like, well, fuck the banks. What good is a bank gonna do if I need money? They're just gonna let people come into my account and take this fucking money. Like, and maybe
Which is
yeah,
crazy,
maybe
bro.
which
I
is
don't even.
well, I mean, maybe because I owed it, but which I get that, but like, dude, like it's just to come in and take it, like when people are
Yeah,
trying to
see, I
live
think
and
that's BS,
survive,
bro. I
it's
think that's
bullshit.
BS with the IRS for one, because the IRS is not even really a part of America,
Right.
the United States. And there is no law that states that we have to give these motherfuckers money, but they can come in and do whatever the hell they want and come into your bank account and take out as much money as because you owe them supposedly, which is it's BS, man. That
Right.
they're even allowed to do that
To do that.
and
Yeah.
get away with it because it's a crime. That's a crime right there, bro. Be
So
honest.
so so the math on that, so like let's say so 2014, or let's just say 2015, all the way up to when did I get my bank account? 2020? No, no, no. Further than that. It was like 2021. Uh so from 2015 to 2021, what's that? 6 years? That's for one, it was costing me $4 to cash my check at Walmart every 2 weeks, which was the 52 weeks in a year divided by 2, that's 26. So $4 times 26 is $104 a year times 6 years. $624 over the course of 6 years just gone. Goodbye. Just for cashing my check, you
Yeah,
know?
that's crazy, dude. Like, but you got to see that it doesn't seem like a lot. 600 over 6 years. Okay, that's not like a
No,
lot
it
of shit
doesn't.
like that. But when it adds up, you got to think. When all that adds up, you got to see how much money they're really swindling out of every American. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
When you got to sit there and pay that 600, okay, just imagine that's just
That
cashing your damn check. That's
right,
just cashing the check. That's not even what they take out before you even get the check.
right.
You know, you add that up for 6 years, and then to see how much money these people, and then everything you buy, you know, there's tax on everything. So
Yeah.
everything you buy, there's taxes that you got to pay, and then on top of your bills, just add all that up, man. That's a lot of damn money
So
for
then you
all this
think,
shit.
man, we still got to do this for like another 30, 40 years. This shit is just like insane and makes me not want to get up and go to work. Makes me think of ways to devise plans to try to either get rich quick schemes or fucking, like it's time to just start and open your own business and start working with your talent. Like,
I mean,
I'm
look,
a
bro.
chef, so like I could cook. You know what I mean? And
Imagine
I,
this though. They're in China, bro. They work these people so long, like so many hours a day, and for so little pay that they have nets outside of their warehouses. Nets because of people, employees jumping to their deaths.
yeah,
Okay. And I feel like that shit is coming here. You
yeah,
know, like they're working the people, they happen to have two or three jobs. And this is like I was going back to the old days where one person, the man went out and worked
yeah.
and he was able to
And
take care of a
now,
family of 10. But now you need everybody in the damn house, even the dog, to get a damn job so y'all could just pay y'all bills, rent, and eat.
yeah,
Like, that's insane.
it's
Insane.
crazy, man.
If you got four people in your damn house, bro, you need everybody working. Like the kids got to come out the womb working. Damn near.
Basically, my kids are already talking about trying to find jobs,
So they
which
can
kind
have
of
money.
makes me, well, yeah, well, yeah, so they can have money because the thing is like I give them an allowance, but like for them at their age, 17 and 15, and the things that are out there and the things that they want are like
Yeah,
hundreds of dollars.
yeah, and they gotta get their own job and their own way to start getting what they want.
Yeah,
That's just what
because
they're.
because me giving them $50 a week is not cutting it. You know what I mean? Like they don't get they can't they can't survive what they want on that
But
kind of stuff.
I remember back in the day when you got $90 or $100, like back in the 80s, you was rich, bro. Like you was like, yeah,
Oh
like
yeah,
hey,
dude. Like, yeah, like you
you
remember
had
like
money. You
12,
can buy
13 years
shit for
old?
a whole month. $100 could last you a whole month,
Dude,
too.
I remember
You
that.
know,
Like
but
my 13th birthday, and
yeah,
like I think somebody, one of my family members, might have been my grandfather, gave me like $100 somebody gave me $100. I remember receiving my first $100 once for my 13th birthday and looking at that one bill. It was just $100. I was like, holy shit. Like I could literally, I buy anything I
Buy
want.
anything. Buy
Anything you
anything.
want. You
Yes,
know,
dude. I mean, that's how much the value of the money it had power. But now you take that same $100 bill, bro, and it's really like a
gone.
dollar or $10.
It's gone.
That same $100 bill only equals up to $10. Really.
We're back up to $5 a gallon in Arizona for gas now.
Yeah, I think
You know,
we're close to pushing 4, but yeah, 5 is insane. That's crazy. I don't know why you guys are so high out there.
everything is so high, dude. Everything is so high out here. Uh, rents, mortgage payments, all that shit is
Oh,
gone up.
that's
Like
everywhere, which is
again,
bullshit, dude.
my
I
sister,
hate that.
my sister rents a
We
two
can't even
bedroom.
move.
My sister rents a 2 bedroom apartment for that's 900 and like 60 square feet or something like that.
Bet you
And
paying about 15, 1600 a month.
she's up to like $1,400.
1400, bro. That's insane, dude. Like
Yeah.
I don't get the more the housing market crisis shit that's going on. I don't get why the prices of this shit has to go up. Like as far as rent and shit, I just don't get all that. But it's stupid as fuck because I remember there was a time, bro. There was when you go look in the rent shit, even you see for rent signs every fucking where. You can go find something because it was, it wasn't a problem. But now people are staying where they're at or they're getting kicked out and
Yeah.
and the prices are high as fuck.
Well, they're talking about
Ridiculous.
that right now. There's a lot of these young kids, like in their 20s, that would be starting to buy their new homes. You know what I mean? Even me and our generation, like we are still struggling to have our own home. These kids, they don't have a chance, dude. Like they just don't have a chance to own their own home, and it's starting to become apparent to them. And they're like, they're just trying to say something about it, but like, what can you say when the money is no longer valuable? I mean, and this whole thing just going to collapse in on itself. Like, how do you trade? You know what I mean? What does trade become? What does currency become? What does how do you buy homes? How do you buy things now?
Well,
You know
that's
what
the
I mean?
thing. That's what's gonna have value when everything crashes and when this dollar crash. It's gonna be homes. It's gonna be the gold, the silver, the precious metals back in the day type shit. Like gold and silver has always had value. Any type of precious metals or diamonds, shit like that. Um, yeah, and basically land and real estate. That's all you're
Land.
gonna have, and you know
That's another thing that's disappearing at a fucking huge fast rate is
yeah.
land.
Because that's because you got all these motherfuckers. They got these big companies buying up all this land, bro. It
You
ain't even
know,
the real. It ain't even the people. It's these big companies like Bill Gates people and shit buying up all this farmland and buying up all this because it all ties into a certain
you
agenda
know,
that they got.
you know what I heard? I heard that China actually owns,
China.
yeah, actually owns a lot of North Carolina.
Yeah, I
They
wouldn't doubt it.
they
They
own,
own a lot of the United States.
well, they own Smithfield Farms, right?
See,
Uh,
that's crazy.
yeah, that was an American-based company, I think, that got sold to China. If I'm not correct. I don't know.
Crazy.
But anyway, China bought the business, Smithfield. That's where about 90% of, I would say, North Carolina's bacon industry, like pork industry, comes from, is Smithfield Farms, and it's owned by China. All the
Mm.
farming, all the land, all of that shit now belongs to
And
them.
I think there's something going
And now
on
they're
with
doing
that too.
that. They're doing that with, yeah, same things happening in Iowa. The hog farmers, the local hog farmers are being pushed out by big corporations that are owned by like fucking China and shit, like foreign motherfuckers.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
See, I believe, bro, to be honest, that we're already at that number three war, and it's
Mm.
just like it's not gonna be like everybody think it is, like where you're just gonna, see nukes go off or people really attacking us. They're attacking us from the inside, they're coming in through the borders. There's sleeper cells here. They're already doing
Oh
all
man,
the
the
yeah,
border
the
shit.
train with the train derailments, and they're all chemicals, and these chemicals are going into our water and into our drinking water, and the chemicals are going into our atmosphere, and then they're spraying us. I mean, it's so much shit that they're doing that it's like we're already it's like they're taking us from the inside out, instead of like a traditional war.
Yeah,
And then the
bro.
shit with Israel, I guess that's about to really hype some shit up now. You heard about that, right? The Israel got bombed, bro.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. And
No.
Israel's at war right now. Like, yeah, I guess this just happened like 2 days ago or
With who?
something. Hamas or something, it said. Some
Oh, Hamas.
HA and Hamas. Yeah.
Isn't that like I think that's like some kind of like group from the Middle East. Like I wouldn't say, I
Well,
don't
I
know if
guess
they're
they
terrorists or not. There might be like a
well
gang or something.
well, they are now because they just killed like 400 people in Israel. So now that's gonna start some shit, and China's gonna be trying to go into Taiwan, and it's all hell's about to break loose,
Well, I mean, if that's what all the signs
because
are pointing at,
America has to back up Israel because they're allies, right? So
right?
this is how Israel gets involved in all this shit. And yeah, it's about to go down.
Yeah. It's wild, man. And all in the meanwhile, we got to wake up and go to work at 7 in the morning and fucking mosey on in, fucking waste your life away when all this shit's about to go down.
But bro, they gotta do something because the reset is gonna happen. There's a reset. The dollar is going down. I mean, you got the BRICS nations that are all getting together, and their currency is backed by gold, which the dollar is
Well,
not.
that there's that, and I mean Matt Gates, that dude from the Republican Party, that dude was talking about the the value of the dollar decreasing by the day.
Yeah, it's done. So, and then they got this Fed now shit. So whenever this happens, they got to transfer. Basically, it's like the biggest wealth transfer in the world right here, and they're gonna transfer it into this cryptocurrency, this Fed backed by the feds. Though it's Fed now, and everybody's gonna have to be on that system. And I guarantee you by December they're trying to take the cash out, so they're gonna do away with the dollar and cash by the end of this year.
You
And I
think?
believe they're gonna blame it on the
COVID.
the, the 23. Yep, the 23 variant. And they're gonna say we got to do away with cash because everybody's touching cash and spreading COVID around. So I see all this tying in into the end of the year, and it's a possibility that we might be a cashless society the start of 2024.
Could be. I mean, we already kind of are already, like with
Which
the
this is gonna take a
implement
lot
of
of
like
people out.
Zelle.
'Cause people aren't gonna understand the cryptocurrency and the digital currency, and they'll be able to track every fucking thing that you do. The Fed now will, because you'll have to pay through there. Like even if you're using Cash App and
Mhm.
all these other banking systems and stuff like that are all be gonna go through Fed now, so it will track every damn thing,
Well, I
everything.
heard as long as like things like Bitcoin and stuff are still a thing, that's not regulated by the
Yeah,
federal
so that's a
government.
good thing. That is a good thing, but are they going to try to do away with it? Are they going to try to ban everything and somehow make it go through Fed now? You know what I'm saying? Because you can't track cryptocurrency
Mm-mm.
like Bitcoin and anything like that. You can't really
Which
track
which
it.
it shouldn't be. tracked? I mean,
Yeah,
why does the government need to track mine and your transactions? Like what does that do
because
for them?
they want to have they want to be in control of everything, man.
They want their
That's
little
all it is.
slice. They want their little slice.
Exactly. Exactly.
And you know, which is
It's
fucked
bull. We
up.
got to get them out of here, man. Like, to be honest,
Well,
they have to go.
like
They need to go.
we need government for certain things, though. You know what I
No,
mean?
they aren't government. They're feds, bro. Yeah, we can have our government, but we had a government before the feds were involved, before 1913 or whatever, where when they allowed the feds to come in and start fucking taxing everybody. We can get the fuck up out of that shit and go back to a standard, back it by gold or something, our
That's what I
currency.
mean. Like that's what I mean. Like in this modern day of age, like there's no way we could go back to doing that. Dude,
Well, it never works.
you just blew that smoke right in front of your camera and it fucking just like it disappeared you for a second.
That's pretty cool.
It was crazy.
It disappeared me for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. We need to get rid of them motherfuckers, though. That's number one thing. Get them out of our pockets so people can breathe.
Yeah, dude,
I
because
mean,
I'm
they're the
tired of
reason
this
why
shit.
we're in debt, dude. They're the reason why we're in debt. They're just printing money. That's all they're doing. It's not backed by anything. It's worthless.
Mhm.
It ain't no more worth the. I think the toilet paper you wipe your ass is worth more than a dollar bill.
Damn.
Like,
Yeah,
seriously.
it's like it's getting to there. Getting to that. I don't know if it's there yet, but it's getting to that for sure.
It's basically there.
I
But
mean, all the signs are pointing to
they
that.
gotta do something though. They're gonna do something, so they gotta reset everything and just wipe out the fucking debt.
Mhm.
It's crazy.
It is
We're living
crazy.
right through it, dude. We're living right through it. Like right now, in the next 5 years, bro, this shit's ain't even gonna look the
That's
same.
why I'm thinking, like, you know what? Just quit my job and invest in myself. Like, instead of waking up in the morning and being like, well, fuck, I'm going to go work for this fucking guy. Why don't I just do that for myself? Right.
Mhm.
But if it was that easy, why wouldn't everybody do that? Right.
'Cause it's not that easy.
It's not that easy.
No. Because I'm gonna tell you this, bro. I've we've had this guy that worked at my job and he went off and quit and he done started his own little business, his little landscaping and detailing type of
Right.
business, lawn care, shit like that. Guess where he's at? I mean,
Right.
he
Back.
did it for a few years,
Mhm.
but the problem was that his service sucked. I'm a witness of it because I had him detail my car and it was shitty. Like his service sucked. He thought he was the shit, all cocky, all better than everybody, because
Mhm.
I mean, he was popping for a minute when he started building up, but once word got around that he's an asshole and his service fucking sucks, well, he lost customers.
Mhm.
Now he doesn't have enough customers to pay his bills and shit because that's how fast it spread in a couple of years in the word of mouth. So now guess where he's at? He's back where
But that's the thing, when you do something
you
that
gotta
you're
you
going to
gotta put
do,
your
you got
all
to
into it.
really be passionate about what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
and
know
you
what I
gotta
mean?
put your all in it because you're not you're not it's your reputation on the line.
Mhm.
Your business is your reputation and how you run your business. You got to get you a good name out there. You got to get your brand out there, get your name out there so your customers will keep coming back years, and refer you.
Well, that's why I've been thinking like maybe I should just start my own like food venture of some sort because like I do all this cooking for other people, why not do it for myself? I mean, you know, I I don't want to wake up. I want to be able to control my days. I want to be able to control my money. You know, even though when you start your own business, you're gonna have to go through all those hoops anyway of like paying the government and taxes and this, that, and the other joint, whatever. But the thing is that at the end of the day, you get to control more of your own asset, right?
Exactly. And being your own boss means you can make your own schedules. You get the money when you want to get the money. If you need a day off, you ain't got to worry about getting fired from your job because you couldn't make it this day or something like that. So
Right.
yeah, definitely being your own boss and running your own business is the best way to go, you know. But you
Yeah.
gotta be careful on what you do as your business too in this day and age when when the lockdowns were going on, construction companies and everybody was hurt on that, because the
So
price of
many. Yeah,
yeah, the
especially if
price of
I
materials and shit went up, you know what I'm saying? But the only things that didn't really get hurt are like, well, the restaurants kind of got hurt, but there's
oh,
always
the
going to be a
restaurants
demand for
got
food.
really hurt, dude. That was like I heard 70% of local or mom and pop type shop businesses got shut the fuck down during
Well,
COVID.
the reason why is because they were paying people to stay at home.
Yeah. There's
Remember,
that
they were
too.
yeah,
Yeah.
they were paying people to stay home. So if you can collect a $900 check every fucking week, why in the hell are you gonna go sit here and bust your ass in a restaurant? And that's the reason why restaurants got hurt. Like,
They're
because
still hurting.
if they weren't, yeah, if they weren't, no, they got crushed because of that. Because people weren't showing up, they didn't have people to work for, they couldn't pay anybody. But if they wouldn't have done that, then I don't believe restaurants would have been hurt as bad.
Yeah.
If they weren't paying
Which
people to
is
stay home.
crazy
And
because
I even thought about doing it.
well, it's because we all seen this coming from like a long time ago, way before COVID and all this shit. Like, whoa, what if, something goes down and something happens? What did everyone always say was going to be secure? Restaurant jobs.
Restaurant.
Hey,
Yeah,
you can do whatever you want to do, but guess what? Everyone's always going to need to eat.
yeah,
Well,
true.
right. And fucking they got wiped the fuck out.
That's because
Like,
they found a way to wipe it out because they know the food, dude. Everybody has to eat. The food would be the last thing really to go. Food and
yeah,
shipping. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Food and shipping. But where they provided that $900 a week, the state basically for people to sit at home, jobs like that, people don't really care too much about. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
So it was like
Which was odd
I
because I
couldn't.
did. I worked through the whole damn lockdown. It
Yeah,
was kind of a
but if you would have
blessing in
chose to go
disguise.
home and get unemployment, you would have made just as much as you made, not if not more, every week from unemployment if you would have stayed home.
Yeah, but that's
That's the
lazy,
reason
Rob.
why
That's
I
lazy.
get that, but a lot of people took that route, and that's the reason why. Like people were like, "Fuck that! If I can go collect unemployment, then why am I work?
Yeah.
Why am I going to sit here and flip burgers?" You know what I'm saying?
That's why I'm at the point where I'm exhausted at this point. Like, cause I look back at those few years where I busted my ass as an essential worker. I was out there doing my shit. I saved my money. I did my things, and here I am now in the end of it all, still working my ass off and barely surviving now because of all that money that we shelled out to everybody who didn't want to work, which is a part of this inflation that we're dealing with now. You know, like it just makes me not want to get up and go
You know
and
what I
work for
think it should be
somebody.
like? I think it should be like when you start off, you start work at, let's say, 20 years old. Everybody in between like 20 and maybe 50
Mhm.
are working class, are working class people. That's what I think. And I think 50
And
years
I think
old,
it
once you
used to be
turn
that. It,
50,
it
when
used
you
to be
turn
that.
50, you're done and this working class takes care of you,
Mm,
basically. Like we tax the working class. You're gonna work so that way you don't have to work all your life, and you actually once you get 50, you can kind of sit back and enjoy life. You have a house, you get put on, let's say, some type of universal income after you get 50.
or we secure certain type of jobs for people after a certain age. You know what I mean? Like you can't have someone
Like no
who's
labor jobs. Like
Right.
no labor
For
jobs
for
for people who
people
are old.
50. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like you can't have dude out here fucking flipping burgers at 50 years old or
You
fucking,
can't
you
have them
know,
out here paving concrete at 50 years old or fucking none of that shit. You know
yeah,
what I'm
none of
saying?
that shit. The easy
It should
shit.
be the easy work from home, few hours a day type of some type of something. You know, something.
I would say, yeah, anywhere from like 3 to 4 hours a day. And even part of that tax should go to helping keep themselves afloat. You know what I mean?
No, that's what I'm saying. They shouldn't get taxed. Nobody should get taxed after 50. Like I think the working class from
That's
20
not enough
to
to
what
deal
do you
with
mean it's
all
not
the.
enough?
It's not enough. That's not enough. The working class, if your working class is between the age of 20 and 50,
And 50 or
so
20
you
and 49.
that's
20 and
not
49.
that's not
Dude, that's
enough.
plenty.
That's not
That's
enough
plenty, bro.
to keep education good, to keep infrastructure good, to keep
That's
fucking
plenty, bro.
environmental
It's
issues
plenty.
good.
It's fucking plenty.
I don't
Do
think
the
so.
math. Do the math. It's fucking plenty, bro. They got all this money to send overseas to go help with this war and help do all this shit, dude. All the money
I
they're
would
making,
say, I
dude,
would
and they
say,
get all that from taxing fucking people, bro. Like you got to think, there's way more in between 20 and 49 people than there are 50 and
I would say your
80.
taxes would be lower after 50. Your job is under a certain criteria, like you can't do certain things after this age, and you're going to get taxed a certain amount of money, and half of that tax goes to help take care of the other people that are over 50. Like they helping each other take care of themselves on top of the working class helping to take care of them too. That's fair, you know.
Yeah.
That would be
Yeah.
fair, you
Yeah.
know.
I mean, but it should be something like that. It shouldn't be like you just have to slave your whole fucking life, man.
Yeah. No, this is
Like
fucking crazy, dude. Like I can't imagine.
I could deal with another 9 years and knowing that I'm gonna be good and you know what I'm saying. But when you look at 9 years compared to fucking another 30 years and possibly 40 years of working,
The way things are going right now and the way my life is right now and my bills and what I got to do and everything I got to do, I don't think I could do this for another 5 years, Rob. Like
yeah,
that's how bad this
exactly.
is. This something's got to change, you know.
It's
But
coming,
anyway,
man. The
something.
world is changing. It's all gonna come. All the truth and everything is gonna come to the surface eventually.
Dude, we're
It's all
changing
coming out.
big time. It's this is we're in the middle of like the way it was from like the old days to the industrial age to the modern age, and here we are at the space age, dude. Like fucking
And we're
like
about to shift into another wave of just doing it. Like they gotta get
we're
rid of all
headed
this old shit. We're basically new world order. That's
new
what it
world
is.
order. We're headed into a new way of life. Um, I mean, we're already to the point where we don't know what to do. I mean, without electronics, like there's now almost like probably you can go to the shittiest country on earth and find people with a cell phone there. You know what I mean? Like people don't know what to do without a cell phone now. You take someone without a cell phone and they'll be fucking lost.
And I don't know, bro. Like with that little speaking of cell phones and stuff, that little FEMA test the other day. It's just funny. After that shit went down, and I tried to avoid it, and I got
You got that.
distracted.
You got that.
Yeah, I got zapped. I feel like I got zapped, dude. And it's funny because my wife forgot to turn hers off too. And after that day, starting on the 5th, bro, I don't know if you remember last year around this time, I had an issue with my damn foot. Remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah. Plantar
All of a sudden,
fasciitis.
well, dude, plantar fasciitis is you always got shit. Well, how does something start and on the same like a year apart at the same exact
I
time
think
and
you're
it
thinking
start
too
kind of
much
happening?
into it, Rob. You're getting old,
Nah,
bro.
bro,
Every year.
I wasn't thinking about it, but no, listen to me. But this time it's crazy because it's not hurting like it was last year, but I felt like it's trying to start. And then like my thigh, bro, something in my thigh on the same leg. I think it's something to do with it. It started fucking hurting like I've been punched in the motherfucker or something. Like, and then I've been feeling like weird, all like I feel like
I'm gonna tell
some
you
type
what
of
I'm
sickness or
gonna tell
some
you
shit
what it
coming on.
is. I'm gonna tell you what it is. What it is we are fucking 40, dude. We are getting old, bro. Like
No,
we seriously,
no.
no, seriously, your ligaments, your joints, your muscles, all that is starting to tighten up because we've been on this earth for 40 fucking years, bro. We know. Like your shit, what you gotta do, Rob, is you gotta exercise and stretch, and you gotta like actually go to the gym and work out. You can't just be saying, "Oh, I run on the dock
No,
all
dude.
day and I run
Before,
boxes."
look, motherfuckers,
No,
nah, motherfuckers used to live to 900 years old until they did something to us back in the day. So I don't believe I still feel young. You know what I'm saying? I do at 41. I still feel young. I believe
I
that,
mean, I
you
do
know.
too, but I mean, to a certain extent, like there are things that are happening with my body that I'm just like, whoa,
Well,
like
I can feel it in mine too, like with my feet and shit, man. When some shit
yeah,
been
the
like bugging
feet,
my feet, my
the
toes start
shoulders.
fucking arthritis or some shit. I don't know, but
That's what I mean.
when it,
All that shit has to do with the years of inactivity. Because like when you think about when you were young, as a young kid and a teenager, you were doing things. You were a part of football. You were a part of, running around,
just always active. You're always active,
always
thinking
active.
about.
And then all of a sudden, cell phones and the internet came along, and everybody just kind of chilled out and smoothed out and like laid back for a while. And we realized, like, oh, that's going to make you rigid. Like, we got to like go out and like stretch and walk and run and jog and like stay active because the less
Yeah,
active you are, the older you get, you start to stiffen up. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And that's what's
yeah.
happening. That's what it is. And believe it or
I
not,
think
here we
what
are at
I'm
40.
saying though, it just I was perfectly feeling good and everything before that incident on the fourth, and then all of a sudden after that, I just think that's kind of just weird to me. It
Well,
could be just a coincidence, but I don't know. I think that shit was I don't know what it's meant for, but I just think they can control shit through frequencies, man. And like I said,
yeah, maybe.
with all the shit they're putting in our bodies, man, I don't know what these frequencies activate. You know what I'm saying? So
Well,
we'll see what happens in the future.
you didn't get the jab, so you don't have to worry about it, dude. You're good, right?
Well, I know, but what if they're spraying the shit on us? You know,
Right.
and we're inhaling it, or I mean, you never know, dude. These motherfuckers are doing something. You
They're
can't tell
making
me
the
they're
frogs
not.
gay.
I
They're turning the frogs gay. That's what Alex Jones would say.
Alex Jones, he's
Anyway,
a nut too.
let us know what you guys think. Are you guys done working? It's 40. Where's my generation at? All my people that were born in the 80s, late 80s, and we're turning 40 now. Do we still want to keep working? Do we still want to do this for another 30 years? I kind of feel like I don't want to do this. I know our grandparents, I don't feel like bitched about it that much, but I don't know. It was a different time. Money was worth.
To me, bro, it seemed like none of them worked. I felt like they had it the right way. My mama never really worked. My pops never really worked. They was all they well, I don't know if they for sure did it the right way, but it was like
Yeah, but you
they
got to
were
think, where are they doing things
is
though
that
too? Like they
yeah.
weren't out like having cruises in the Bahamas and shit like,
Nah,
like
yeah,
the
they
way
weren't.
you would. Uh they don't work as much and they do wild shit. Like they go to fucking they take cruises to Italy. They fucking, they go to Mexico all the time. They're always traveling around the United States. It's like, in order to do that, that takes some money and some doing. And I don't know how, you know, one set of people could do that versus another set of people that can't. You know what I mean? And it's like,
Well, it's because of the education and the opportunities. You know what I'm saying? This set of people had this much education and had this opportunity when the next people just simply didn't. Like in our case, we didn't get, you know, the best education, and we didn't have the best opportunities in life, you know. So the thing that I'm saying about my parents, they did it at an early age. And I'm like, I chose the path to fucking work because I'm trying to get somewhere and trying to see shit and do shit in life. But now I'm at an age where I'm getting fucking fed up with it and I'm tired. So
Yeah, because you're not seeing
do I
nothing and you're not
ultimately,
going
yeah,
nowhere. You're just
yeah.
paying bills.
Do I ultimately go and do what they did? Be crazy, play crazy, collect a crazy check, live off the fucking government. See, my pops, he's been living off disability ever since I've been born, all because he sliced his wrist. See, back in the day, oh, he sliced his wrist, couldn't do nothing. They put his ass on disability, bro. Try that today. Try hell no, dude. You gotta be damn near with no legs, one arm, and one eyeball to get on disability.
Yeah, I looked into disability myself because of the shit that I'm going through, like
Yeah.
what it could do for me, and it almost is like so discouraging to even try because it's like, oh, 70% of the cases that get applied get denied. And then on top of that, like you have to do it like 2 or 3 times and it takes like a year or two. And I'm thinking like I just don't have that kind of time anymore, dude. Like, you know, just don't have it.
That's what I'm
So
saying, man. It's like, especially out here in North Carolina, the laws are so damn strict, and it takes a person 5 years to get on this. I remember one of the guys I work with. You know, he's an older man. His wife's old as hell. You know, big boned. It can't. You know, has a hard time working or standing or any damn thing. And it took her, I want to say, like freaking damn near 5 years for them to get her on disability. Like
yeah.
insane. You know what I'm saying?
So it like makes me like not even want to try. It's like, well, I might as well just keep working, I guess.
I mean, I get it. You got people out there trying to play the system and shit, but then there's a lot of cases where they're not. You know, like in your situation, dude, you can't really be standing up all day, 10 hours a day, sweating over a damn stove, fucking cooking shit for people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You
it
know.
just
But I would do it though.
anything.
I still would do it. I just want to do it for myself, you know.
Yeah,
I'm tired of doing it for somebody else. If I'm gonna do that and that's my skill, I love doing that. My craft is being able to build a delicious plate. Like I'll do that for people. That's gonna be my currency in the world. When all this shit crashes and goes down, that's gonna be my currency in the world. You know, I'm gonna be
yeah,
able to offer people a fucking nice meal because I know how to cook, and hopefully they can offer me something that I need. You know what I mean? But see
yeah.
how it
That's the
is.
thing, though, bro. Where are we gonna be getting the food from? All this shit go down, bro. That's when everything stops and comes to a halt. There's no production. I
Mm.
guess, I mean, there'll still be animals running around, I
Yeah,
suppose.
there still be animals. You could still, for the most part, someone like me has knowledge about food. So like I can tell you what you could eat raw, what you could eat not raw, what you could eat fucking
Yeah, definitely.
semi-cooked, semi not cooked. You know what I mean? Like so. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Hit us up, drop a comment. I appreciate you guys tuning in for this episode of What the Fuck America. Rob, are you going to keep working for the next 30 years?
No,
Me either.
no.
I
I
don't
got
think so.
about a good
I got plans.
I got about a good 2 or 3 left. Like,
He said that's about it.
yeah,
All right, y'all.
gotta figure something out myself.
You're going to figure it out.
Last thing, what y'all need to do, y'all need to go ahead and get us to like 100,000 subscribers. Hit the like, comment, share this damn video. That way we can get some damn YouTube traffic. And then we can start getting paid from YouTube. We won't have to do it. We can just sit here and make these videos.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. All right, guys. We'll talk to you next time. Later.